Hello. I feel like I look like a witch. Where's my tiny mic? Here we go. Okay. So, in clear witch etiquette. Alright, what's up? Today I want to talk to you guys about my favorite queer reads. I'm gonna go LGBT. Alright, a lot of this are just the books that I have on my shelf. I think like 2 of them are mentions. I got like arcs for some books, or I have like ebooks, so I'll just like, I don't know if I can like show them on the screen. I don't know if my editing skills are that great, especially since I'm going to be trying to edit all of these on my phone, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, if I can, I'll show you guys. If not, I'll probably just pop it up on my phone and like let y'all know. I'm going to make a queer like tag, I guess, on my Goodreads so that you guys can like see other queer reads. But I think I just want to mention that one reviewer that I know who has like a really great queer selection and does read a lot of queer books is Mina from Mina Reads. If you like look up her content, look up her up on Instagram, YouTube, she has a YouTube channel, and look at her Goodreads. She has a very like queer, like woman loving woman, men loving men, non-binary, LGBT, like she has like a really good like organization and selection, so I definitely do recommend going to hers. I just want to give like that mini shout out. But yeah, let's get into it. Welcome, hello, my name is Janae, and I probably should have introduced myself first, but you know, it's whatever. Let's just jump in. Alright, so for the first book that I'm going to show you guys is a surprise read. I don't know why I was so surprised that I love this book so much, but I was. Red, White, and Royal Blue. It's been a minute since I read it, but just to give you guys a brief description, there is the son of the president and a prince in the UK who end up like having to like, not fake dating, but fake being friends, and then they end up dating. When I read like the synopsis, I was just like, what? It was like, oh yeah, we hate each other, but like, it's like a little bit of like enemies to lovers kind of thing. Everything about this book was fun. It was funny. It was super freaking cute. I love a good queer romance book. And the author, Casey McQuinston, also wrote another book, One Last Stop. I read that book. I got an arc on Edelweiss, whatever, however you pronounce it. And that book was so good too. They write so well. Like every single book that they write, I really just want to pick it up and read it because it's so freaking good. I might have to like take like mini breaks while I'm shooting just to make sure that I get all of the author's pronouns correct, because some books, yeah. That was so awkward, Janae. Please edit that shit out. Anyways, Red, White, and Royal Blue is such a good book, and I actually think that I'm going to reread it soon because I really do miss it. I miss the characters. The characters were so amazing, and it was such a well-written book. And no surprise here that Casey also wrote another amazing book. And I know that they have a 3rd book coming out. They're writing it. It's been unannounced, but when that book comes out, I can't wait to read that either. Like that also. One Last Stop, I read it and I think that it comes out, I have it written somewhere. It's gonna be mentioned in another one of my videos because jaw drop. I think that Casey McQuinston is about to be one of my like instant buys. Like I'm just gonna instantly buy their books because their books are so good. One Last Stop comes out June 1st. 2021, so make sure that you guys pre-order or buy it because that book is about actually I'm not going to describe it. I'm just gonna probably like leave a little description here because I have a tendency of spoiling things when I try and describe things, so I'm not gonna try and do that, especially with a book that's about to come out. So here you go. Here's a description. I'm gonna work on it, I promise. Okay. Next we have The Extraordinaries, and it's also, all right, I'm gonna put this mic down because it does not work and I need 2 hands. TJ Klune is also going to become one of my instant buys, okay? These two books were brilliant. Brilliant, okay? The Extraordinaries, it's like, I'm gonna say like modern superheroes, like superheroes within our everyday life. But like, the main character is hilarious. Like, he writes fan fiction for characters and like the superheroes and everything. Like, he writes their fan fiction and like has like a whole site about like writing fan fiction, has a whole following and everything. And I don't, it's just funny. It's just funny. I'm trying, once again, I'm trying not to spoil anything, because I can be like such a spoily, like, I hate when people spoil stuff. So I'm just, actually, I could just read it out. While While masked heroes with superpowers perform real feats of bravery amid the clouds of the shadows of the city, Nick is satisfied writing fan fiction stories about their heroic and romantic exploits. So he like often writes himself into the story so that he can like mess with his like crushes, like his superhero crushes. That's such a me thing. Like, I would totally do that. Which he fondly posts online instead of finishing his homework. That is until a chance encounter with Shadow Star, Nova City's mightiest hero, and Nick's biggest crush changes everything. Nick is no longer satisfied writing about heroes. He wants to become one, so he sets out to make himself something more, something extraordinary. Full of valiant adventures, thrilling feats, queer romance, and laugh out loud humor. Literally laugh out loud humor. This is just the beginning of a remarkable story about a fanboy with ADHD and the heroes he loves. I can't wait to read the next book. Like, seriously, I've been like checking Edelweiss like almost every other day to see if I can like get the arc, or at least request the arc, because it was so good. It was so good. It was so good. And then House in the Cerulean Sea. This was like a surprisingly good book for me, because I think that, yeah, this was my first introduction to TJ Klune. Recently I've been hearing a lot more things about this author. So when I was still able to use my Barnes & Noble's discount, I bought a whole bunch of these books. So I definitely obviously picked up this book. And this book, once again, it has like magical creatures. So the main character is like a guy, I think he's like in his 40s, and he is like an inspector for children with abilities, and he often goes to the houses in order to see if like everything's up to par, to see if the kids are good. It's kind of like a foster care system but with magical kids. And he has a job that he has to go out to this house in the Cerulean Sea to check and see how these kids are doing. Are these kids okay? And he has to write notes and come back to like HQ to make sure that, you know, these kids are being well taken care of, and yada yada yada. While he's there, he finds his own purpose, because he lives like this like boring life. He finds purpose, and it's just such a beautiful and amazing book. I loved reading it. It was funny also. Like, the kids are mad fucking ruthless. Like, we all know this. Kids will just like tear you to shreds, and this book definitely showed how crazy kids are. I loved it. It was a really amazing, and once again, brilliant read. The sun is going down, and I feel like it's making me my lamp is not working. That did not do, okay. That burned my eyeballs. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. Whatever. Let's go with Gideon the Ninth. That was aggressive. Let's go with Gideon the Ninth next. I only have Harrow. This is the second book. I gave Gideon the Ninth to one of my best friends to read, and she did not read it. I gave it to her as a gift, so I'm not expecting it back. But she didn't read the book, and I'm mad at it. I still need to buy myself the first book again, but I have an arc. I actually have two of these arcs that I should probably like give to someone else, because I do not need two of the same book. But anyways, so good. Gideon the Ninth, what got me into reading the book was that they said it was, what was it again? Why aren't you, how was Gideon the Ninth described? I think it was like something along the lines of lesbian necromancers in space. I think that was like the tag that I saw, and I was like, excuse me? What was that? Lesbian necromancer. Sign me up. Sign me up. It took me a really long time to actually like pick up the book and like read it, but then I finally did, and it was great. I had the book as well as the audio book, so like while I was working, I was listening to this book while I was working, like at my job, like put in like a little bit of AirPods and watch the dishes in the back and listen to Gideon the Ninth. It was so good. It was so good, and it was funny. How do you make necromancers and death funny? It was funny. It was funny. And obviously lesbians. Yeah. On the back of this book says the necromancers are back and they're gayer than ever. Like, anyways, like, alright, let me tell you guys what it's about though. So obviously they're necromancers, and instead of it being like, so when I first started reading it, I thought that it was gonna be like Gideon the Ninth. That means that there are a whole bunch of other places. Like there's the first, there's the second, there's the third, I thought there was going to be like little factions in like one planet, but like it's different planets, and so each planet has like a different variant to like death. Like some can do bones, some can do muscles, like they can like manipulate, and then they all have to go together, and there's like a whole trial that they have to go through. I know that I'm not making any sense, but I'll just also leave a description here because I know I'm not gonna make any sense. But like they have to go through like a trial in order to become like the god necromancer or whatever. And while there, they also need like, it's like the person who has the abilities as well as like their guard or whatever. And Gideon fucked me up, bro. I'm not gonna even get into it because it's book 2, so I'm not gonna describe what happens in book 2, obviously, because spoils. But so good. Read Gideon the Ninth, read Harrow the Ninth, and I don't remember what the next book is, but I know that it's coming out soon. Also put it here. Yeah. So let's get into the next one. Which book do we want to get into? I think I'm gonna do Cemetery Boys. I actually finished this book last night. And the reason, I just want to also like preface, I talk fast, A, because I'm a New Yorker, and B, because I don't know how much storage I have on my memory card right now. So I'm just gonna keep talking. Alright, so we have Cemetery Boys, and it's written by Aiden Thomas, the brilliant. This book was funny, it was cute, it was adorable, and also kind of gave me like a little bit of like eerie vibes. Like I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and once again I finished this book last night, like the last words last night, and at 4 o'clock in the morning I woke up and I went to the bathroom, and for some reason I thought that I could like talk to the dead and like communicate with them and like do everything that they're doing in the book. And I was so convinced, like I really like woke up and convinced myself that I can do that. And I was just like, I had to like, at one point I had to be like, Janae, shut the fuck up, you cannot go to sleep. Like so I love that I immediately forgot what the main character's name was. My babies. Okay, Yadriel. He is a trans character who is trying to, like, there are some things that the brujos can do and some things that the brujas can do, and so he's trying to convince everyone in his community that he is actually a brujo because, you know, he's trans. And everyone, like, they didn't let him go through like the rites of passage because they just figured that because he's trans that he won't be able to like accomplish it. So in order to prove everyone wrong, he obviously goes through the trials himself, and he like to try and prove to his family that he can bring back a ghost and release them into the afterlife, you know. That's what brujos do in this story. And when he's trying to like finally he like summons a ghost, and he's trying to like let them go, and then he realizes that he can't. So he goes on the whole story trying to figure out what happened to this ghost. And okay, so the story is super cute. It's a romance, and was that a rainbow on my face? Okay, I don't think so. Yeah, it was beautiful. It was amazing. Aiden Thomas is an amazing author. They really like visualize like such beautiful and amazing characters. it all like comes out because like Yadriel summons Julian Diaz, which is the school's bad boy, and Julian decides that he is not going to like just go into the afterworld so easily. He needs to figure out what happened to him, what led to his death, and obviously tie up his loose ends before he can actually pass on to the next life. So while he's doing that, they uncover like a whole lot of fun and crazy interesting things, as well as getting to know each other, which is absolutely amazing. And I think that Adrian Thomas did absolutely an amazing job with this book. And I was like, I looked up, I like went on Goodreads to see what else Adrian Thomas was writing, and it said like gay Titanic in space. I think that was like the headline of it, and I was just like, excuse me? Like, gay Titanic is, excuse me, like, that reminds me of that Doctor Who episode. I don't know if anyone watched it, where Doctor was on, like, the Titanic or whatever, and then, what's his name? It wasn't Alonso. His name was Alonso, and he was gay, and then he hooked him up with everyone's favorite. I love that I can't remember his name. He just came back on the show. It'll come to me. Alright, let's get into Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid is one of my favorite books to recommend to people. On Tinder and Hinge, I'm always saying that I love to read, and people always ask me for recommendations, and I always recommend this book because it was so good. Like, it was so good. What, in the 80s, like, so it's like this old woman who is like this like very prominent like celebrity, and she's obviously, once I said old, and she is determined to retell her life story. And I feel like one of the greatest lines within this story, I think that it's like on the first page. Okay, it's not on the first page. But, just so, like, you guys, I'm just gonna say this line, and I'm not even gonna give anything else away. It was just, everyone talks about my seven husbands, but no one knows about my wife. It was, like, something along the lines of that. And that line was just like, what? Excuse me? Like, that was one of the most, like, amazing lines, and that's what 10 out of 10. I really do like Taylor Jenkins Reid's writings. I think that she does a really good job of writing like historical fiction books. Like, I really feel like I was like placed back within the time. I love historical fiction. I'm obsessed. I really can't wait to read These Violent Delights. It's just chilling on my bookshelf. Can't wait to read that because, yeah. Alright, so Juliet takes a breath. I actually do not know the pronouns of the author. Okay, so in this book right now it says she, her, so I'm gonna use she, her, and I hope that I'm correct. Should I use they? I think I don't know. Juliet Takes a Breath was a really great book. Juliet is going to the author of this book. She's obsessed with like this really like amazing feminist book about like feminism and like queer shit. So she goes to this author to do like a internship with her, and there she also realizes that like there is a difference to like feminism. There's white feminism, and then there's also like actual feminism. And I feel like it was really interesting and really thought-provoking to read this book. And I just thought that this book was really outstanding. It's like not, for me it was like a kind of like a breath of fresh air. It was a different kind of queer book, because don't get me wrong, I love the like queer, fun, quirky books, but I think that this was really interesting, and I feel like it's something that needs to be like known, said. I thought it was like really fun. It was a really cute coming of age novel, and really like it's very easy to relate to, is what I'm trying to say. It was very relatable, and the word that came to my mind was delicious, so I'm just gonna say it was delicious, okay? 10 out of 10. You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. I'm looking forward to reading Leah Johnson's next book. I cannot remember the name of it, but I'll also put it here. But yeah, this book was really good. You Should See Me in a Crown is about, she's trying to, alright, so it reminded me of, I think it was like The Prom, the musical. Because I just watched, is this like a adaptation? Actually, that's what I wanted to know when I was reading it, because it reminded me so much of it that I wanted to like look it up. I just watched the musical Prom, I think it's called Prom, because it was just on Netflix, right? Where it's like she was trying to become prom queen, because prom queen comes with like so many benefits, and she needed it so that she can get into her college, her dream college, because her family can't afford to go to college. And while she is there like trying to become prom queen, she also ends up meeting this amazing lady, girl, same thing, but she's like queer but like low-key closeted, so she's like ends up like, obviously it's a love story, so they end up getting to know each other, and like that's the thing. But the issue with the school is that if you're going to be prom queen, you can only come with someone of the opposite sex. That's like a rule within their school, so that's like hella unfortunate. So yeah, read more, figure out what's going on. But I thought that this was really, really cute. It's been sitting on my shelf for a minute, so I finally picked it up and read it. It was a really cute love story and very heartwarming. I really did enjoy reading this book. I feel like my like energy towards doing these reviews are low-key going down. Let's try and perk it back up. The Falling in Love Montage by Ciara Smyth. Loved it. Amazing. So this book has two ladies, and I read this book as an arc. I think it was like early 2019. I could be wrong. I really don't remember. I know I'm wrong. I just started working at my job, so I think maybe late 2019. It was late 2019. So I read it early before it came out, and I had to buy it when I finally had the funds. I really enjoyed reading it. Falling in Love Montage is, I loved it because it was like, lesbians are dumb. And I feel like this totally like showed out like how like stupid we are. And I don't mean that as an insult. Like, I know that saying stupid and whatever is an insult, but I don't mean it as an insult. Like, I feel like this is like queer stupidity at its finest. So these two characters, one of them is just like, I never want to fall in love again, I'm not going to fall in love, and that's it. And then the other one is kind of just like, what the fuck, why? And then they both decide to go into like to do a falling in love montage. So all the cute stuff that we see in rom-coms, like having a picnic, walking on the beach hand in hand, like stuff like that, like doing those like falling in love montage. They promise that they're going to do that throughout the summer. And at the end of the summer, they're obviously not going to be in love with each other. They're just going to let it go and just move on, right? They're not going to fall in love at all. After doing everything in the falling in love montage, they're not going to fall in love at all. Of course not. They don't fall in love, right? Yeah. At the end of the summer, they just like break everything off peacefully. That's what they do. Yeah. So I love this book. Yeah. Yeah. Gays are down. And I love this book so much. I loved it so much that I actually gifted it to my best friend. It came out on her birthday, and when I was reading it, I kept like found like snippets of it. I was just like, please read this, because I thought it was just so cute. Just like certain like lines, I was just like, gays. I would send it to her, and then when it came out on her birthday, so I bought her the book for her birthday. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Anyways, alright, last but not least, ooh, I have a note in here. For what page? Interesting. I'll read that later. Well, these aren't the last. I actually have two more that I need to go. No, I have one more. Okay. Criers War. So, Criers War was such an... It was... Okay, so so why Criers War is close to my heart? I got Criers War when I was at BookCon in 2019, and I waited online for a really long time to go and get this book. What is going on? This is fun. I should keep talking while I do this, okay? Yeah, so I was waiting online at not Barnes and Nobles, at BookCon, waiting to get this book. I remember that line. It was like so crazy. I should have vlogged it. I was with my girl Ciara. She has like a whole new site, Printed Not Pressed. It's so good. And I really enjoyed like reading. Fuck. Okay, I'll stop. After I get so distracted myself. So Gideon the Ninth is so much fun. It's kind of like gay Game of what do I call it? Game of Thrones. Like it says it on the back. The first book in a richly imagined queer epic YA from debut author Mina Rivera, perfect for fans of The Winter's Curse, Game of Thrones, and Westworld. I would kind of call this like Westworldy, in like a Game of Thrones space. I've never read The Winter's Curse though. So it's definitely enemies to lovers, super slow burn, like ugh. So it's pretty much like robots, kind of, versus humans. But the robots are the ones in charge, and the humans are just like the boring old meat sacks, you know, as we are. But obviously, like, not obviously, one of the robot, our beautiful Crier, is actually softer and feels more human than the other bots. And Ayla is mad as hell because the robots, obviously, as always in so many stories, killed her family. So actually, let me, okay, yes, I can say that. Okay. Yeah, so the bots killed her family. I should probably not call them bots though. They're autome. Yeah, okay, let's change our language. Crier is an autome, and autome, they are the rulers of all the humans and yada yada, and the automes end up killing Ayla's family, and Ayla is plotting revenge, so she obviously has to sneak into the castle in order to kill who the king holds dear, which is Crier. But she realizes that she can't kill her. She can't kill her. And Crier also has a little soft spot for our little Ayla too, and it's like a hella slow burn, and it was good. It was burny. It was hot. It was spicy. These are the books. Criers War, I obviously had the arc, as I already mentioned 1,000,001 fucking times, and then this one. I think that I'm actually going to buy like the finished book of Criers War because I really like the cover. It was really good. Someone said Criers War is a beautiful poem of a book. Fans of both fantasy and sci-fi, this is a book for you. Totally. I really enjoyed this book. I love queer. If you didn't notice, I love queer books. I love them. And last but not least, there was like this site that I found that has a list of queer books, and I really need to find it again, and I'll put it in the description box below. And it shows like all the queer leads, all the queer books. So if you're looking for historical fiction, it has that. If you're looking for science fiction, if you're looking for romance, if you're looking for anything, it has not all of them. I'm sure it doesn't have all of them, but it has a heck of a lot of them. So this is where I found the book, The Psychology of Time Travel. Put it here if I can put it here. I actually don't remember the name of the author, so I'll also put that there. and it was really good. I do not remember the names of the characters, but I will say that I'll give you guys a description. There are 4 scientists. These 4 scientists, lady scientists, I want to mention that they are lady scientists because that was amazing to me. These 4 lady scientists discovered time travel. They hidden away in like the mountains and whatever, and they discovered how to accomplish time travel. So they sell the time travel. They're, you know, everyone in the world, like say our world now, time travel is like at our fingertips. We are able to time travel, and I really enjoyed it because it kind of like blew my mind as to like how time travel could be and how the characters are. Like there was this one time that I think it was like they said something like you won't really like care about your death date because you can do so much living before your death date, you know? Like, yeah, your body dies, but like your family, you can still see your family. Like technically you can still see your family. Like your family can still see you. They can travel back in time and like have dinner with you at a cafe at this point in time, because you know time travel is something that exists. And I loved it. I thought that that was so freaking interesting. One thing about the story though is that I feel like I can say this. So there's 4 ladies who were the time travelers, but one of them kind of got crazy with the idea of time travel, like crazy. I don't know. I don't remember. Janae, breath. One of them kind of like got crazy with time travel, and she wasn't allowed to participate in all of the success and all the ruin. She actually turned out like they wrote her off as like the disappointment in the creation of time travel. And then as she grew up, her granddaughter uncovered so many different secrets in relation to the creation of time travel, and secrets about the woman who created it. And so it's kind of like her story in uncovering the stuff that happened during the creation of their time travel and the experiences and the connection between the 4 women. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, and it's also like super fun because you know the time travel aspect of it. I really am interested in time travel. I am a huge lover of Doctor Who, and finding a queer time travel story was really, really, really fun. And I really wish that I could like read another book like this one. I did really enjoy it. I checked out the Goodreads though. Like they didn't, I don't know if the author had like a huge rating, but I remember something about it was just like, what, this book was so good. Like, it's one of my favorites. I really did enjoy reading that book. I really do need to buy myself a physical copy of it because I really did like the cover art. I think that was really cute. So yeah, I just like realized I look so cute. I'm actually done. That's all I have for you guys today. Cool. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the 25th. On the 25th. Yeah. When I edit, I'm gonna double check to make sure that I used all of the characters, all the authors like right pronouns as well as the characters, because I will be so tight if I actually messed up anyone's pronouns. That will be pretty damn disappointing. If I did mess up, please also let me know if I don't catch it when I'm editing. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the 25th. I hope that you guys definitely check out the story 32 Orchard Street. If you go and look in my description box below, or if you just type in djenneg.com, you'll go to my website where I have another story from my stories with 32 Orchard Street. There are witches who live in a house together, 6 of them all together. Well, not all of them are witches. There's non-binary representation, there's lesbians, there's bisexuals, there's asexuals, a lot of LGBT, and a lot of magic. So I hope that you guys go and check it out. Writing 32 Orchard Street is one of the fun little writing things that I get to do. It's like a brain blast. I don't have to edit a heck of a whole lot when I post it, and that's my intention. So if there's things that you feel like are missing, let me know so I can clean it up and work on it. So yeah, it's just like a little baby that I get to play with. But I hope you guys enjoy it. It's fun to write, and I really do enjoy writing from those characters. So thank you guys so much. Be sure to check out 32 Orchard Street, and I'll see you guys the 25th, where there will be a new story and a new video. Now I'm just going to look at myself. Boogie up, Chuck, the rocket of the rigging on the boogie to be. This book is heavy. Hold on. That's so quirky. No, it's actually falling. Janae, you serious? You serious, bruh? You serious, bruh? Okay. Alright.